Skinny is beautiful. At least that's what we've been told by the media. There's this strive for perfection, which isn't realistic and it isn't obtainable. We're bombarded with messages from the media and from magazines, catwalks, and even like our best friends to be skinny, and that is the ideal, but in reality that's not realistic.
What part does society have in sort of maintaining that? Things like obviously the images of the internet and this thing for being clinically perfect as well, and makeup and lots of things around that. What effect does that have?
I think there's a massive pressure from the media to be slim and to be perfect, and we're surrounded by images of women in magazines that have actually been photoshopped for us to look at.
Yeah.
I already said that I became like obsessed with social media sites such as Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook, and constantly having to refresh them to see what other people were doing and comparing myself to others. And so I started out with like this like perfect like goal that I wanted to reach by losing weight and becoming like this perfect person and becoming beautiful. But as you like go into the eating disorder, you lose sight of that, and it's just becomes solely about food, and it just becomes like an addiction. Like you can't stop losing weight.
Yeah, you say you've got this ideal goal, like weight, and once you reach that weight, you'll stop, you're fine, you'll be able to get out of it. You can start eating again then, and you'll be healthy and happy. But the thing is, you reach that target weight and you don't feel happy. You still want to lose more weight, and it just continuously spirals down until it's no longer in your control. It's completely taken over you. I think for me it was a case of first cutting out all the high sugary foods, and then cut out the carbohydrates, and then little by little, and before you even know it you're on nothing a day. I mean, I got down to just half a cup of bran flakes, and I don't know how I kept going, I really don't. And I think it is literally the voices in your head that are kind of drown your body, telling you that you can't carry on anymore. It completely takes over. You can't go out for meals with your friends anymore, so you lose that, you lose your friends, you lose your friendship circle. I lost all my friends through my eating disorder because they didn't understand it. And me personally, I think I shut myself away. I became very isolated because I was ashamed of what I was doing. And I didn't have time for them, in all honesty. It was just me and my eating disorder, and I saw it as my only friend at that point.
So with eating disorders, there's lots of myths around with various sort of side effects and conditions and health issues. What are some of those? What happened to you?
Well, I think what a lot of people with eating disorders, they might realise that, okay, they get told that there's going to be health effects of having an eating disorder, but they don't think that's actually going to happen to them. They'll be like, oh no, that's not actually going to happen. I would be better by the time before anything bad happens.
You're in denial.
Yeah. But eating disorders has got the highest mortality rate out of any mental health disorder anyway, but your whole body starts to shut down because you're not feeding it. Your hair starts to fall out, your nails break, you lose concentration, you're tired all the time. For me, I've now got osteoporosis. I can't have kids anymore because I didn't have periods for 4 years. So people don't realise that it's actually going to affect you your whole entire life. It affects every single part of you. And when I went into a coma, because my body was so weak and my whole immune system shut down. I got pneumonia, and my body wasn't strong enough to fight against it because it just wasn't, strong enough. And people just don't realise that it can happen, and it does happen. And I'm proof that it It does, because I did genuinely nearly die, so you need to catch it early on before it gets to that kind of point.
I guess in terms of recovery, what was the catalyst? What made you think I need to change?
Me, that I was in South Africa and we were watching a show put on by the children in the shanty villages, and I had this little boy, bear in mind he's probably not eaten for God knows how long, come up to me and ask me why I was so skinny, and that kind of like, oh my God, what am I doing? There's people in the world that are starving through no choice of their own, and I'm choosing to starve myself. And it was kind of like a reality.
That was a real sort of light bulb moment for you.
Yeah, that was definitely when I kind of, okay, stop it now. Let's get my stuff sorted, and
What about you, Isabel? What was the moment for you?
I didn't really have any particular moment. It was just continual nagging, I think, by like my parents and like my friends and everyone that cared about me. And it started out as like, yeah, I'll get better to like appease everyone, and then once they get off my backs a bit, then I'll go back.
Go back to it, yeah.
But then, like once you start recovering, and then when you get past the hard like early stages, you realise that it's like that it is worth it, and that you should recover for yourself and not for anyone else.
And what about you, Sarah?
I think I just got to the point where you've sunk so low and you've lost so much that you kind of, there's just that moment like, I need to sort my life out kind of thing. And I think that's what kind of made me want to take those first steps.
Imagine that someone's watching the video and they were struggling a little bit. What would you say to them?
When I was like in the depths of like my eating disorder, I didn't think it was worth it. I thought I was happy like the way I was, and I thought that the control over what I was eating was making me happy, but like how I am now is like so much happier, and I can go out with my friends and I can like actually enjoy my life.
Another thing is like we are so strong-willed and so determined.
Just got to focus it on the right thing.
Channel it to something.
So channel that into something positive, something that you want to achieve in life.
I mean, imagine how much self-restraint it takes not to eat. It takes a lot, trust me. So if you put that into something that's like proactive and positive, then we can go a long way, and it is possible.
Like short-term goals really help. I mean, like just little things like looking like what you're looking forward to that week, just making a list of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see my friends on Saturday and that'll be fun.
And I guess celebrating that as well, and focusing on the positive things that you achieved that day and what you've done, rather than focusing on the negatives and trying to really be self-critical and beat yourself up about something, and just try to change that thinking a little bit as well.
It's important as well to realise that at times you are probably going to slip up, but not to think, oh, I've slipped up, so I'm going to go back, but to pick yourself up and to then carry on.
Allowing that to happen, thinking, well, it's a bit of a slip up, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
it's not going to be plain sailing.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, and each day it's little steps. It's not, you're not going to change tomorrow. It doesn't happen that way.
Sometimes it is one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah.
But you do stumble along.
Yeah.
And you do get there eventually.
And just stick with the journey, I guess. And
there is hope, and recovery is possible. You've just got to put your mind to doing it and want to. That's bad.
And feel supported and have people around you on that same journey, I guess, as well. And it's about rewriting a new story, isn't it?